Seeing as he's had a career spanning close to 2 decades, Mega Man is easily one of the most recognizable game characters in existence. Now he's at it again in his latest adventure, Mega Man X Command Mission. Unlike his previous outings, however, this Mega Man adventure is a turn-based role-playing game. The game opens up with Mega Man, now referred to as X, his powerful companion Zero, and a maverick hunter named Shadow investigating renegade Reploid activity on the island of Gigantus. Things don't go smoothly, and the company is separated after crossing paths with a group of officers for the Rebellion Army. X ends up having to assemble a force to oppose the rebellion and eradicate the threat. The game is organized into 10 chapters that closely mirror the typical Mega Man experience. You progress through a fairly linear stage and then fight a big boss at the end of it. The real meat of Mega Man X Command Mission, though, is found in the battle system. You can field 3 friendly Reploids at a time and quickly swap in any of your reserve characters with a simple button press without sacrificing a turn. The meter located along the bottom of the battle screen serves to indicate the order of turns and the relative health of enemies or allies. Your basic suite of attack options consists of your robot's main weapon plus any sub-weapons that are equipped. The limiting factor of this firepower is weapon energy. All characters have it. You regenerate a set amount per turn and consume a proportional amount every time you use a weapon or ability. If you store enough weapon energy, you can then unleash your character's special attack, called an action trigger. Each character also has an alternate form that they can adopt when they go into Hyper Mode. Hyper Mode drastically boosts all stats for a limited number of turns and is useful against the game's large and powerful bosses, letting you give and take big chunks of damage. While it would be easy for such an ability to feel cheap and overpowered, the turn limit for its use and the power of the bosses you'll face balances Hyper Mode quite well. What does feel a little bit overpowered is the Final Strike, which is triggered when you've emptied a certain percentage of an enemy's health during one turn. Final Strike lets all on-screen allies attack at once with a huge barrage of firepower, polishing that last bit of enemy health off in an assault that's as satisfying as it is gratuitous. It's a good thing that the combat is solid because the encounter rate in the game can border on being ridiculous at times. Fleeing from fights generally isn't too much of a problem though, and is often necessary if you just want to cross from point A to point B to complete one of the game's simple puzzles in order to progress. Game completion time is also short. Mega Man X Command Mission can be finished in about 15 hours, which isn't long PG. There's a number of items you can collect as you move around a level, but picking these up isn't a very involved or difficult process. The game's plot serves as a nice side story to the Mega Man X universe, and it's laid out with a minimum of lengthy exposition, not at all a bad thing. The graphical style of the game is ruled by a strong cartoon look that works well with the character designs to bring X and his friends to life. New characters you meet all have distinct appearances and styles of movement that flow well. The boss characters in particular are very cool looking, large and distinctive. The environments are a bit more plain than the characters that inhabit it though. The graphics look good on both the GameCube and the PS2, though the GameCube version looks a bit crisper, as you might expect. The only other notable differences between the two versions of the game are a couple of extras. The GameCube version allows you to hook up your Game Boy Advance via the GC-GBA link cable to scout out treasures that would otherwise be invisible to you, using the GBA screen as a radar. The PS2 version of the game has a special item that, when located, allows you to unlock a short demo of the upcoming Mega Man X8 that you can access from the game's title screen. The soundtrack for the game works around the Mega Man standard of peppy tunes with lots of synth, and they match the action well. The various robotic clanks, whines, footfalls, shot blasts, and explosions serve to round out things nicely, and even the voice work in the game holds up well and is delivered in earnest. Mega Man X Command Mission has great battle mechanics, but otherwise doesn't have much meat on its bones. Mega Man fans who have grown weary of the usual action fare will find this game to be a nice diversion. It's a good little narrative with enjoyable battles, but those with a passing interest in the realm of Mega Man X can satisfy their curiosity with a rental.